because healthy, nutritious food is an essential part of making sure we can treat and prevent chronic diseases like heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. And I've been proud to work with my colleagues, including Senator Marshall, on supporting access to healthy foods as a means of treating chronic disease. Dr. Califf, having experts and committed civil servants is essential for implementing evidence-based strategies for improving Americans' diet. Is that correct?
Yes.
And how important is it for the FDA's work on nutrition and chronic disease to receive support from the Secretary of Health and Human Services?
It's very important.
Very important. And from my perspective, we have a potential nominee for Secretary of Health and Human Services who has talked a lot about nutrition and chronic disease. Some would say what he says on diet and importance of healthy foods is reasonable. However, one reasonable opinion does not qualify someone to run the United States Department of Health and Human Services. What should be disqualifying to run the Department of Health and Human Services that oversees every aspect of our healthcare system and whose actions will impact healthcare costs, access, and innovation is a nominee who has been proposed by President Trump, who has spread misinformation about vaccines and fluoridation of our water, questioned the well-proven conclusions that HIV causes AIDS, and falsely claimed that medication for depression is linked to mass shootings, which should be disqualifying to run the Department of Health and Human Services, is a history of spreading misinformation about public health measures like vaccines that result in a measles outbreak, for example, and the deaths of 83 people, many of whom were children and babies. If we are serious about addressing chronic disease, if we are serious about closing gaps in healthcare access and moving towards a healthier America, the Senate should only confirm nominees to serve in the Department of Health and Human Services who are prepared, qualified, and serious about the responsibility of their roles. In my view, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has disqualified himself to serve as Secretary of Health and Human Services. And I have serious concern about several other health-related nominees proposed by President Trump to be as well. We can agree and find value in some opinions. We can agree that greed from any industry has no place in healthcare. We should agree upon that. And we should agree upon that in terms of nutrition and the role that plays in the health of Americans. But what we cannot do is sign off on nominees who would be a danger to the public health. And that is what my concern is as we move into the new year. And the nomination of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. raises all of those questions, which the next Congress is going to have to deal with. So let me with that, Mr. Chairman, yield back.